All right, I just hope you guys can hear me because we need to talk right now. I literally, to protect the innocent, I will not share any of the front of this paper, but this is one consult and the front is filled as well. We have a problem because y'all don't value yourselves enough, but you're not finding out the truth about why. And so I'm going to call this the good girl myth. Y'all actually have bought into this idea that it's false, it's untrue, and it's going to take you off path for the goals you have in life, the impact you want to make, your purpose on this earth. If you keep following the rules that were given to you a long time ago, it got you to a certain level of success, and now you're screwed. And I have got to speak to you about this because I've had consult after consult after consult. Please type that you can hear me because honestly, I just like started plugging things in so I could get this done while my baby is napping. Okay, it's that important. I don't want y'all to be in the dark anymore. Consider me your flashlight. It's Dr. Tony. I'm your board certified physician, certified executive coach. I'm here to help you build the life you really deserve, but y'all don't think you deserve it. You know, the one where you enjoy your life, you travel the world, you don't have a care in the world, you're unplugged from all the crap and the drama, but y'all have been following the rules so long, you're stuck believing nonsense. Hallelujah. Thank you. Somebody said, hello, we can hear you. Good morning. Amen. So I'm sorry, I'm a little passionate this morning. I don't always do consults on Saturdays, but the drama is out here. I have to make time available to serve because y'all are in distress. This is what distress looks like. When I have, let me cover this name. But when I have consults with this much on them, one person, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm hearing in my inbox. This is why I have a free training for burnout because it's everywhere. And it's not because I want to talk about burnout in the usual sense. It's because y'all will never get out of it with or without me if you don't accept the truth is that you were lied to because other people got issues. Other people felt trapped. Other people didn't see a way out. So they did what they were told. They did what they knew to do. Now you are living their limitations. Let me say that again. You're living other people's limitations because you've been fed a line of BS. Okay. So you are walking around the world living partial. You believe you're doing okay, you're doing good enough, you're helping people. But if you don't peel back the layers of what the truth really is that you don't value yourself enough to stop settling. No one can save you. I can't help you. I have all the tools to help you, but you got to believe that the rules were meant to control the narrative and control what you do with your time and control how you see yourself. If you really were walking in your true power, I know you can't see it just yet because you are bound by the rules, because you are bound by your beliefs, because you are bound in the lie that if you just work hard, it will work out. Did you hear me? They have told you this all your life. If you just work hard, you just get in line, what's coming to you will come around eventually. Okay, that works a little until it doesn't. And then you come to me in crisis because you're mortified that you accepted the BS all your life. Those people are never going to get where you belong. So why would you take advice from people who have never seen the mountaintop, baby? They've been living in the dream or the hope version of the story for so long, they can't give you hope. They can't do anything but be faithful. But my mentor from childhood said to me, you get on your knees and pray, you get on your feet and work. But y'all are working on the wrong things. You're working yourselves to death, following the good girl rules. You don't upset the apple cart. You follow what people told you. And now they just keep telling you all the reasons why you're not where you want to be. You losing sleep at night. Some of them are losing hair. Some of them are gaining weight. Some of them are being paid half what they're worth. And they're coming to me with a story that's ingrained that shows me you don't know that you are the prize. You don't know that you are the gift. You don't know that you are enough. So you operate in the world as this person who never thinks the energy, effort, time, and money you give other people should be given to you, should be invested in you, because you're the gift. You're the exponential prize. And if we were to pour into you the way you pour into everybody else, what would you achieve then? Who could you help then? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna preach on this Saturday, because I have chills when it's devastating to me to hear the same story again and again. So clearly, if we're hearing the same thing over and over again, it's a common problem. All of us who are raised to just stand in line, keep it quiet, sit here with your hands folded and not disrupt anything in church and all that good stuff. We're looking for validation in the wrong places and spaces. I'm going to speak to something that y'all don't want me to speak to, but since we're in a safe space of me not talking to you, just listen and listen for yourself. How many of y'all are in relationships that are not satisfying as a result? I have gotten more clients. You'll never know who they are, because it's one of those things. People don't like the truth, and it's very rare. But I did have a client come on my platform over on Instagram about a year and a half ago. And she said, "You got me out of that abusive relationship." But she wasn't even able to say she was in an abusive relationship, but I observed the signs of her abuse financially, mentally, and emotionally. You're beautiful, but you can't see it. You're powerful, but you are controlled in that box with a lid on it, but the pressure is building. So you're angry, you're resentful, and you call it frustration. It's a lie. You are being abused by your job, abused by your family, abused by the people that are supposed to love you the most and respect and care for you the most and value you the most, but it's never really happened the way it was supposed to in a consistent way. So you don't believe you're worth more. You think this is good enough. You think this is as good as it gets, so you settle. This cycle, this pattern, it's a spiral down, and then y'all find me and I've got to do CPR and intubations and ICU treatment level in order to get you just to where you can breathe. No more. The waiting game doesn't work. Being a good girl and listening to the people who are trapped as well doesn't work. You don't even have to identify yourself. I know somebody's hearing me right now. I know it, because every single consult that's coming across here is telling me that my work isn't done, and that what I was put on the earth to do is to come save your butt and tell you the truth. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop everything while my baby's taking a snap and everybody else is in meetings or whatever. I'm going to make sure that I stop and tell you, you are enough, but you don't believe it yet. And it's my job to shine a light on the real problem. You trusted the system to value you. You trusted people who were supposed to care for you to guide you, and they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know there was more. Does this make sense? They had no evidence that there was more for them or you. So they said, "Oh, well, we'll just accept the scraps that fall off the table." And you are educated. You are powerful. You know that you have something that's unique and special, but getting it out into the world is very difficult when you're buried and burdened. You keep showing up for everybody but you. I'm going to recommend that you stop and think about how the rules that you followed, how they were there to control what you do and what you don't do and your impact in the world. You're really supposed to be serving outside of yourself, but it's difficult to do that in an authentic way now. So I'm going to ask you to question where you got these ideas that you're not enough. Question why you value work over everything, sacrifice over everything. Where'd you get that? From people who aren't living the life you want to live. And now you're going to be 3 generations, 4 generations deep into a promise that was never fulfilled. None of us will ever reach our destiny or legacy or powerful platform of service and care if we don't care for ourselves first. This is not on Saturdays, I typically talk about real self-care, and this is absolutely it. But real self-care looks at why you're trying to be nice to everybody and get everybody to like you instead of walking in power and truth and shining light. Like, hey, let's peel back the layers. This is nonsense. People have told you that it didn't work. It's time for something new. Let's stop banging our head against the wall doing the same thing. Let's stop avoiding conflict. You don't have to have a fight with everybody, but you should stop staying in rooms where there's never a solution. Read that again. You keep hearing the same lies and you keep believing them. You can't have faith in them because their actions told you what they really think. But you want to believe the truth because that's what girls do. I tell the truth. They should tell the truth. Honey, they're lying to themselves. They can't tell you the truth because they don't know what it is. I know you're hearing me. Whoever needs to hear me right now. I even went live on my personal page because a lot of y'all are hiding out, being busy and booked and going everywhere and having all this fun and enjoying life on the surface. But at night, it's all escapism, watching random nonsense shows. What was the latest one I saw on my timeline this week? Something about Married in Prison or some show I ain't never heard of, but it was like Love and Lockup or something. That's all distraction from the pain that you're in, or the lack, the heartbreak of living in the lie of it'll come one day if you just keep doing the path that you're on. Never happened, didn't happen. And I have clients that range from 20 years old, if you will, mentors, I mentor people and stuff. I have teenagers practically all the way up to 70-year-olds. And the story seems to be the same. So I'm going to reach out to whoever will hear me at any stage they are in this life and say, if you have an idea in your head that you're supposed to be somewhere else, you're probably right. And I'm going to tell you why your affirmations don't work, because you don't believe you're enough. So you say, I am powerful, I am wealthy, I am strong. When all you do is put your strength towards survival, you never thrive. That's what I'm here to share with you. So the rules keep us locked in a box. The rules keep us doing for everybody else. And the rules keep us from our destiny in service and care to uplift the world. You have something special, but you'll not bring it to fruition in this way. The grind isn't necessary at this stage of your life. And if you understand that, you'll let go of what you've already been doing and decide to replace it with hope and faith in your ability to use that same energy for what you really are supposed to be doing. You want to talk to me? Get on my schedule. I haven't done free consults at all for several years now, unless you were like a specialty, situation. Okay. drtonymd.com/talk. I'm not judging you. I was you. That's why I know the lies you're telling yourself and all the ways you pacify yourself onto that hamster wheel every day. You just keep getting up doing the same thing like Groundhog Day. I know why you're doing that. You're brokenhearted that the system has failed you and it was not ever for you. You want to help the people, but you are suffering. That's not going to work for anybody. All my coaches are these, millionaires and whatnot. And you know what they always say? You can serve from a place of lack, but only a little bit. If you're serving from a place of, hey, I got plenty, how can I help you? And by the way, being a business owner is where it's at. And you'll see what I mean one of these days, hopefully. But you got plenty. You need to write off anyway. Everybody wins. So, the idea that you have to just stay in this little office with a title, but no power. Oh, you don't want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. You know what? We're going to talk about what happens when you keep buying into what they tell you. And then you are set up to fail all the way around because you don't even have what you came for. Okay. But drtonymd.com/talk. If you're hearing the sound of my voice and it sounds a whole lot like the pain you're in, the problems you're seeing out in the world, and the fact that you have a burning desire to actually get from underneath the heaviness. One of my clients calls it the backpack, the burden that you're carrying around of trying to carry everybody's problems and be everybody's solution. Everybody comes to you because they know you're going to drop everything that's important and go run around and listen to their silly story. Okay. Enough of that. drtonymd.com/talk. I look forward to hearing from you because guess what? The secret behind all of this is that You write your own rules. You don't worry about their rules. They're built for a different outcome. Your new path, your new guide is going to be something else. And so, in order for us to know what it should be, what it should look like, what it should feel like, we're going to have a tough conversation, but it's going to be very valuable for you to see what's out there that's specific and unique for you. Hey, Dr. Tony, I care enough to stop what I'm doing and give you a hard time. I hope you see us there. If not, join my community. I will look forward to you seeing more of the same type of conversations, because grittiness equals growth, comfort equals control. And in this case, you're not in control.